Hey guys, this is George. I have on here with me one of our members, Bill. He did the boot camp and we finished the first week with break levels. He's in the small group as well. And then he took the 100 break challenge seriously and went through and tested 100 break levels using two different stop loss management systems. And he's here to tell us about his results. So Bill, you're up.
Oh, thanks, George. So I've been anxious to do a back test of 100 trade entries on break levels. And before I started, I thought about this a little bit, and I wondered if I could make my time a little bit more efficient by doing two separate categories of tests while I went through the back test. And if you look down here on my chart, let's see, you probably can't see my cursor, so I'll point right here. I started this back test on September 1st this year. I think it went through about 16 days of September to get my 100 trades. And while I went through that list of 100 trades, I took trades on break levels that qualified with 2 candle buildup and 2 candle separation for a development. And I did not take trades at break levels that did not satisfy those criteria.
Thank you.
So the two kinds of analysis I did are highlighted in yellow up here. For each of the trades that was entered on a touch bounce from a break, I did one analysis with a trailing 6-point stop, and that's hands-off management from entry onward. Correct. until it stopped itself out at a 6-point trail. And then the other category, I started with a 6-point stop, but I moved the stop to a 50% profit lock-in as soon as there was any profit.
Right.
And I compared those two. And there were some surprising results. The motivation for the 6-point trail was I'm looking for a way to see if I could get bigger wins. And neither one of these back tests is a refined system that would be a good way for anybody to trade, but it provides some interesting data to my way of thinking. And maybe it just will lead me down some path that will perhaps develop something that's tradable. If we look on the right side of my summary here, the win rate was high. I had 91 wins out of 100 trades. The average profit per trade for 100 was 1.65 points. I had 9 losses. They were all max losses of 6 points. And I also identify how big was the max pain or the adverse excursion away from my target direction before it went in my direction and produced some kind of profit. And the average was 2.4 points.
So explain that one again. What is adverse excursion? Explain that one for me.
What this says is that if I take a long trade on a touch bounce off the break, it goes an average of 2.4 points under the break level before it reverses and goes back up in the direction that I'm hoping for in my trade entry.
Why would it be different on both of these? It seems like it'd be the exact same.
Because very, very often with the 50% profit, the very next 3-point candle is in profit.
Yep.
But the 6-point stop loss is looking for something bigger than that. It has to get to plus 6 points before it's even at all profitable. So there could be candles on the 6-point version that are bigger. And in fact, you can see right here, 5.8 points of pain on average before it goes in my direction.
Yep.
Here's an interesting number. 97% of the days were winning on 6-point trail. 100% of the days were winning on 50% profit stop loss.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously with a 91% win rate, you get enough trades in a day that, at least in this back test, you never end up with a losing day. That's nice. But even with a very unhappy 47% win rate on a trailing 6-point stop loss, it still came out with only 3 losing days out of 100.
Right.
And that surprised me. I was quite taken by that.
I think it's a testament to how powerful this break level trade is to the system, to our core strategy.
Yeah. And, I wish I could say that I'd studied this for a year and these are real systems that I could trade. They're not anywhere near that. They're kind of a newbie's stab at trying something a little different. So please understand these aren't recommended trading systems. These are just a set of analysis that I thought would be interesting. I hope that this 47% win rate would be bigger. And obviously I had some big winning trades with the 6-point stop loss, but I think I need more than 47% winners to be happy with it. So
yeah, I couldn't trade that.
Needs to be worked on some more. But I thought you guys might be interested in seeing what I was thinking and what the results were.
Cool. Well, let's continue talking here, because for me, the reason I use the 50% profit is for everything you see over here: 91% win rate, 100% win days, cumulative point out of 100. This actually won with 164. For everything about managing my mental and emotional equity first is why I trade the 50%. And with this limited data set, which we all agree is limited data set, not only did this preserve mental and emotional equity the best, it also gave you the best profit. And based off my trading the system, because I know how long you been a member? Month?
Oh, no, not even.
Okay. So very, 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 very new. And to be able to pick up the first trade, I recommend everyone to learn and to have no bias from me, because I had nothing to do with how he picked these break levels other than how we set it up. 2.2 candle valley or peak and a 2-point clearance is the only direction from me. And his success mirrors his back test, his limited back test mirrors my experience on the charts. So now I want to go to